Good, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with AB2C Broadcasting, the All Bahamian brand. I'm your host, Tony Bahama, and of course, we're at the preseason tip-off classic in the lovely and beautiful Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We're here with the crew chief for this fine event. So I think it's year 13 of the Agape Christian Tip-Off Classic. We have the crew chief and the lead referee or lead official, Mr. Jerome Lucas. Mr. Jerome Lucas is a FIBA certified referee. He's here to give us some of his thoughts and his experiences and a quick segment here. Mr. Lucas, sir.
First of all, good afternoon, good morning, good night, whenever you get to see this video. Like the host said, I'm Jerome Lucas, FIBA certified referee, also a member of NAPABO officials. That is basically located here in the Bahamas, not just Nassau, but overall the whole Bahamas. I've been coming to this tournament now. This year will make my 6th year for this Abaco tournament, which is the great tournament to be exact. Coach Johnson was able to bring teams from all the islands out there, consider Freeport, Nassau, Marsh Harbor itself. I'm sorry, Abaco itself, along with different family islands, that just host a preseason tournament. This year is kind of quite interested, and one of the main reasons why I really love this tournament is because of the games played. Most tournaments will basically have a double elimination, but this tournament is basically based off everyone plays everyone, whether it's a junior boys or senior boys. Then they will go from there with playoff and championship basketball. Um, Speak briefly on officiating. Like I mentioned, I've been officiating now the last 11 years. I can remember like it's just yesterday when I first started learning the rules, going through exams, going through the FIBA test run and all that stuff. And now, 11 years later, I was granted the opportunity to come here to Abaco to actually be the lead air referee for a great tournament that's been going on now for, I think, 7 years. I'm not lying. 6 or 7 years to be exact. But it's a great future in referees, not just here, overall. I would say certified referees to it. And if you want to, our association definitely are looking for referees now, young, female, and male, that are actually interested in officiating, whether it's locally or abroad. FIBA referees that we are looking for. If you're interested, you can reach us at 828-6883, and we'll be sure to get back to you guys ASAP. Matter of fact, when we get back to Nassau on Monday, we will be having a official meeting with all the new members who want to be a part. Of course, that including the rules and regulation of becoming a referee.
Great segment on that. Few quick specific questions. Tell us a little bit about um, refereeing as it is in the future, really in FIBA and what you see in the Bahamas. So the Bahamas and then FIBA, whatever one you want to elaborate on specifically.
Well, to be exact, there is no difference within the game segment or whatever country you're actually in. The only thing that's different is the value of the playing state, meaning being official, whether it's the lead, U1, U2, whatever it is you want to do as a referee. Once you put the time in, it's just like basketball. You got to practice, whether it's a small tournament, whether you're in front of the mirror, whether you actually home, or you literally just take time out to study the new rules. Because with FIBA itself, every 2 years or every year, they'll update a rule, add a rule, take a rule out, and kind of switch it up. So whether it's FIBA level or local level, the rule says the same.
I was just about to get into that. You explained earlier in our conversation off camera some of the rule changes that you explained. Explain to us some of the new rule changes that you seen or experienced here most recently. I remember you mentioned about the foul at the end and the time put back on. Elaborate a little bit about that and any other rule changes you might have seen from last year to this.
Yes, from last year to now, one of the main rule changes, I have to tell one of the referees and remind them within the tournament, in officiating the game, there was a foul called within the last quarter at the buzzer beater. I explained them with that segment. the rule stands, whereas there must be time put back on the clock because of the last quarter, and there's a buzzer beater foul call. So what we'll normally do, call a common foul. That player gets 2 free throws. The time will be set back to 1.5 seconds. Now, before that, what normally happens is the game will be over. The team will still shoot the 2 free throws, and that's game.
Okay. Any other rule changes you
My next
observed?
rule changes, what actually most players and coaches still get more familiar with, is the 0 step. Receiving the basketball, go into the basket. A lot of us call it the gather step. A lot of us call it the 0 step. So in reality, it seems that you're taking 3 steps, but it's basically really 2 steps to the basket still.
Okay. Okay. A lot of our viewers are international, both U.S. and internationally. There is a bit of a difference. Kind of elaborate some of the observed differences that you know between FIBA or international rules and what is being played, whatever curmudgeons that is, what the NBA does, as far as either the wide key, the small key, however that all works, and what some of the rule changes. I know short period of time, but trying to elaborate, let us know about some of those issues observed.
Well, first of all, great question. I had this summer past, I had a great opportunity to basically call in the Bahama Games Classic. Of course, Penn State was one of the major Division One team that actually came to play here locally. We ended up using NCAA rules.
Okay.
So for me personally, that was my first time ever calling an NCAA game. I had a brief minute, which is 15 minutes, just to learn the different hand singles, different rules with the backcourt situation and so on. To be honest with me, I find it very fun, especially with reporting a foul. Doesn't have to stop. You could be walking, report the foul, get the ball going. With that, personally, I think the difference is with FIBA, you play more physical. With NCAA, it's more hand checks, more 3 seconds, the backcourt inbounds. What else I think would be different? Oh, the main thing, what a lot of players here locally would like, the shot clock. Always reset to 30 seconds instead of 24 or 14.
Okay. And then finally, tell us about the future, I guess, as far as NAPABO, your association, or whatever you can speak on, either FIBA basketball or officiating, and that transition, I guess, people learning the rules here in the Bahamas and the Caribbean.
Well, like I mentioned before, NAPABO is basically one of the only association now with the numbers. When I say numbers, I mean certified referees. We're called in GSSA, BISS. We've called in the Small Schools League, Government League, Night League, Nationals, and Men's Nationals, Women Nationals, and Senior Men's Nationals. So when I said that's basically all the major games and major tournament here locally in the Bahamas. That's what basically our association do. And moving forward, I invite and I welcome anyone, female, male, young, old, who are actually interested in officiating. Please do reach out to us. We are actually hands open. We are looking to get more referees, especially on the Family Islands and the Caribbean.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much for that. You heard it here first. FIBA certified referee, one of the youngest up and coming leaders in the officiating in the game. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time.
Thank you.